Putting up numbers, 99 problems, and I still kept it 100. Yeah, it's been a long time coming. They ain't covering my cloth, they tugging. Putting up numbers, 99 problems, and I still kept it 100. Yeah, who don't play, 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 who don't play.
Music licensing reimagined.
Play, who don't play, 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 who don't play, 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 who don't. Long time coming, black on the bottom of my feet from running. Cataracts under my eyes from hustling. Going from buying to selling to customers. Run up the business, God is my witness. Sun up the sun up from Monday to Sunday. We matching the limits. My mind running like Tom Cruise on an action movie. Moving the mission, they say that I'm tripping. I've been told I need a vacation. I'm finessing the visit.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to DFS by the Numbers, and welcome to Best Bet for UFC 313. We have Alex Pereira going against Magomed Ankalaev in what was supposed to be a 12-fight card, and we are unfortunately down to 10 fights after losing 2 fights within like the last 45 minutes. We lost the Chris Gutierrez John Castaneda fight, and then we also lost the Curtis Blades Rizvan Kunaev fight as well. So now down to 10 fights, which probably means they're going to push the start time back a little bit. These fights might not start till like 7:30 Eastern time. So yeah, but I'm still looking forward to this card, looking forward to the show. What is up, everybody? We got Guru Scouting MMA in the building. We also got Couch Warrior. We'll start with you, Guru. Are you looking forward to UFC 313?
I was looking forward to it a little bit more about 30 minutes ago, but honestly, I'm super duper excited. And got to look for the silver linings, right? Grateful we didn't lose any of the really core pieces of the card that are really struggling to get here, right? So very, very happy to watch this card and can't wait to make some money. Excited to be here with you guys.
Yeah, I mean, if we were going to lose a fight, I think the Gutierrez Castaneda fight, like that's fine. But the Blades fight, I kind of wanted to see that fight. I kind of wanted to see the Blades Kunaev fight, see how it kind of played out.
As long as we don't miss Lemos and Lucindo, everything is okay.
Yeah, I guess so. But we can't afford to lose any more fights at this point. So hopefully we're all done with that nonsense. We got Couch Warrior in the building. What is up, Couch Warrior? You're looking forward to UFC 313.
Yeah, I'm not super upset about the fights we lost. Like, I didn't have a ton of interest in the Castaneda Gutierrez fight. I did have the over in the Blades Kunaev fight. So honestly, maybe that's a bullet dodged. So maybe it's just like a good thing. But I would like to see it play out. There's really 3 fights I care about a lot on this card: the Van fight, the co-main, and the main. Like, I can live without the rest, but I am hyped for this card. I think it's going to be a good one. And thanks for having me on, and hyped to break it down with Guru too.
Yep, should be a quickish show. We got 10 fights to talk about, so these guys are going to give 10 bets, and there will be no passes on the cards. So 10 bets here, and every fight will have a bet on. What is up, everybody? Hopefully everybody's looking forward to some fights. We got Steven, first one in the building. What is up? This card is cursed. Apparently lost a couple fights today. Not good. We got Paul in the building. We got SD. We got Flat Earth saying, I've had Blades in all my lineups. I had a fair share of Blades myself. Not cool. Am I cutting grass? No, it's like 30 degrees. Bring back the elevator music. No, that music just kind of pissed me off, quite frankly. We got Austin in the chat. Shamba, what is up? Late again. Only about a minute late. Yeah, we lost the Blades and Gutierrez fights. We got Mullen. We got Professor. We got Elder. We got Dan. Whose fault? I don't know. Who pulled out of the Blade? I'm guessing Kunaev pulled out of the Blades.
I saw Blades, I think.
Blades pulled out?
Blades and Castaneda, yeah. So technically they can make Gutierrez versus Kunaev, and at least we get one more fight back.
Well, that fight would be hilarious. But yeah, Blades pulled out. That's very interesting. I was not expecting that. No one is available to step in on super short notice, like Dan 50K Ige. What is Shannon Ross up to? We should give Shannon Ross to Kunaev. That'd be a good fight.
Liang Na, I want her back.
Liang Na, yeah, that'd be a good fight. She'd have about a couple minutes of success, maybe.
I think so.
Shannon Ross and Liang Na versus Kunaev.
I'm down. That'd be a fun fight. Maybe the Beverly Hills Ninja. I want to see that guy back in there.
I could see GFL putting it on.
Yes. We got Grateful Dude saying good luck today. Good luck to you as well. All right. I say we get right into it then. We're going to start with the first fight of the card. We got the Jordan Santos going against Ozzy Diaz. We got Santos minus 190. We got Diaz is plus 165. The line's kind of hung around the Santos minus 200 range the last several days. We'll start with Couch Warrior. What are you doing for the first fight of the card?
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with Santos round 3 or decision on DraftKings plus 185. I think that's a nice line. I have money on the money line in real life, but because we're only working with one unit here, I wanted to check it out, and I didn't realize it was that nice. I probably would have played that as well. But yeah, I just think he's going to win. I think he's a better minute winner. I think that's the problem with Ozzy. He's not a good minute winner. He's chinny. His grappling is horrible. It's not that Jordan's like some crazy wrestler, but he could grapple a little bit, and that could be something he can mix in. I just think he really should win this fight outside of like an early Ozzy knockout. And I think if he does win, it's late or by decision. So I like that prop.
Round 3 or decision for DeJordan Santos plus 185. Guru, what are you doing for this fight?
I'm just getting a bit more aggressive, but I really like everything that Couch Warrior had said. I was on the Jordan Santos train against Will Curry at like plus 300 on Dana White Contender Series. So that's
Me too.
That's always a fun one. But yeah, in this spot, I just don't really. I think Diaz is grasping at straws here. He's 34 years old. He's lost his last 2 fights. He never earned his way here, guys. He lost both. He lost the Dana White Contender Series fight, right? So he hasn't done anything to earn himself being a UFC fighter. And in this spot, I just think Santos is a bit too much for him. So I actually took Santos by finish at plus 145. Wouldn't exactly be surprised if it goes the distance, but I'm taking my shot. I think that Diaz is pretty much cooked. I'm not sure that the extra 15 pounds of cutting is going to help him any.
So yeah, Santos inside the distance, you said plus 145?
Yes, sir.
Yep. No, I'm with you guys on the Santos side as well in terms of a pick. It's just for me, it's kind of hard to lay minus 200 on a guy making his debut, but at the same time, he's fighting Ozzy Diaz. So I get it. I get it 100%. I think he goes out there and gets the job done. So yeah, Couch Warrior taking the round 3 decision, and Guru taking the finish. There plus 145. Biggest locks on the card. We'll talk about it. Well, maybe we'll find something we all like. What's up, Tyler? Good to see you. If you are in the chat, hit the like button for these guys. Appreciate the info, guys. Good luck, everyone. Appreciate you, Pete. Yeah, agreed. If you guys hit the like button, it'd be much appreciated. On the Santos by stoppage, Santos by decision, Santos with the boom bink. Okay. How many finishes do you think we'll get on this card? Not many, because we only have 10 fights. So I don't know. Maybe 5, 6. Maybe 7, 5, 6, around there. 6 sounds right to me. All right, we'll move on to the next fight. It is going to be Marlon Santos going against Francis Marshall. We got Santos minus 250. Francis Marshall plus 210. Looks like some monies came in on Francis Marshall throughout the week. He was as high as plus 315, and the lines moved about $1. We'll start with Guru on this one. What are you liking for this Marshall-Santos fight?
I understand people wanting to maybe take a shot at that plus 300 number, but in reality, I just think that Francis Marshall's a little outgunned here. At the end of the day, I don't really see him as a chain wrestler, somebody who can also somebody who can maybe wrestle extended over 15 minutes. If he wrestles early round 1, first off, I'm going to be looking to bet Santos live. And then secondly, I expect him to gas. So while Marion Santos did show suspect takedown defense versus Dan Argueta, that was at 135 pounds. He moved up 10 pounds. I think that weight cut was killing him. The kid's only 22 years old. He's got a ton of experience, and I think he gets it done. Again, and I get people betting on Francis Marshall as a dog. He's the type of person you want to put your money on because he's a dog, but I just think it's too much. So I'm going to go with Marion Santos by decision at plus 130.
Santos decision plus 130 for Guru. Couch Warrior, what are you doing for this fight here?
Yeah, I don't blame anyone who took the shot on Marshall. I personally chickened out. I have a bet on the fight goes, but look, I think Marshall can chain wrestle. I mean, he did it in the Conor Matthews fight. He took him down 1,000,000 times and beat the crap out of him. It doesn't have the best fight IQ like we saw in the Gomi fight. I'll give you that. But I also don't worry about his cardio at all. He did slow down in the Bazooka fight, but he was also on 6 days short notice there. So I don't put much into that. And it's like with Santos, I don't really know how much his ground game has improved. His takedown defense seems a bit better. Yeah, but against who, right? Edwin Cooper is good. He is a good fighter. But First off, when he wrestled in the first round, he got the takedown. He couldn't bring him all the way down, so that was good from Santos. But he did get him down, got him against the fence. He had the one hook in for pretty much the entire round. But then after that, you just didn't really see him shoot again. And you didn't get to see Santos on his back at all. And then in the Torres fight, also on the Ultimate Fighter, he shot a few times, but Torres is 38 years old. And again, it seems like that first layer of takedown defense looks good on Santos, looks a lot better than it was before, but I don't know what he is on the ground. And I just saw him give up an entire round on the fence. So Marshall's an American top team now. I don't see why he can't at least bank one round early, and then I think he can bank another after that. If he can get Santos onto his back, we don't have any evidence that he's a lot better off of his back. We know his takedown defense looks better, but like Con Ofley didn't even shoot on him. He didn't even try, which was a terrible game plan, and he ended up getting knocked out. Like, if Marshall can't get takedowns, yeah, Santos will probably cook him, but I'll take the Marshall spread. It's on DraftKings, it's -105 for the +3.5. I don't normally do it with chalk, but this isn't really chalk, so I think that should be fine. And like I said, I think Marshall probably banks at least one if he doesn't get finished.
Yeah, I played that too as one of my first plays of the week. I think Santos is a good fighter. I do think he's going to have a lot of upside. I think really both these guys have some upside. Both are very young, but I do think Santos is getting a little bit overrated for the Ofley fight. I mean, Con Ofley, like you said, came in there with the worst game plan I've ever seen and got knocked out doing so. But yeah, I see it being a competitive fight where I think Santos probably wins, but I can definitely see Marshall, getting a round or two, with the wrestling. So I don't mind that at all. McD is on the dog. I see a lot of this. It looks like I'm picking 5 finishes, actually. I think I'm picking 5 finishes. Are you all from the U.S. or is this an international panel? So today we are all from the U.S. as far as I'm concerned. But we do have Big Steve, I think is, I don't know where Big Steve's from. Australia?
I think he's in Australia these days.
Oh, yeah, Australia.
Yeah, Big Steve will be on in a couple weeks.
Me too. Check out Chronic Combat Conversations.
Hey, there we go. We got Dixon, the moderator in the building. What is up, Dixon? Appreciate you. Masters of the Universe Classic. Pipe it up. Marshall controls the fight and grapples to a 29-28. And I could see it. Why did the Curtis fight fall off? I don't know. Something on the Curtis side, though, apparently.
I think he's sick, both of them.
Dang. Wonder what happened. All right. We'll move on now to the next fight. It is the biggest favorite on the card, and money just kept coming in on him. He's now -825. That is Carlos Leal, and he's going against Alex Morono, who is now +575. So we'll start with the Couch Warrior. What are you doing for this big favorite here?
I mean, yeah, it's just a matter of how you play him, right? I'm looking at the KO right now, -135. Let me see what the round 3 decision is on him. I don't really believe in Morono's durability anymore, but I'm also historically low on him, so maybe I'm just wrong, and he can at least survive. Leal round, that's such garbage. Leal round 3 decisions +100. I would have thought it would be better than that. I guess I'll just do that.
Okay. Carlos Leal round 3 or decision +100 for Couch Warrior. Guru, what are you doing for this fight here?
I'm just going to be a little bit more aggressive. I'm going fight goes the distance at +150. I feel like everybody and their grandma's betting Leal inside the distance, talking about Morono's durability problems. And sure, they're not – his durability sure is a question. But when you look at it, he actually hasn't been finished since 2022 when he came into that fight on short notice and was winning the first 2.5 rounds and just getting gassed out. So – I think he's absolutely fine to hang in here. I don't think Leal is Ngannou. This line is way too blown out, but he'll still win. But it goes the distance. So fight goes the distance +150.
Fight goes the distance +150. Yeah, I think Morono probably gets piped up here, but it's Leal's a big favorite. What can you really do? He should get it done. KO round 2 for Leal or decision is the only money worth it.
Why? What about KO round 3?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Skip the round 3, maybe. I don't know.
But round 3 is going to have more value. I don't get it.
Leal with the boom bink round 2 KO. Alex Morono gets underrated so much. When he gassed in that fight recently, it was very late notice. I think you're talking about the Price fight, which was one of the worst fights I've ever witnessed in my entire life. You like piping, don't you, DFS? I don't like getting piped, but I like seeing others get piped in the octagon. I think it's very fun to watch. But no, and me, I don't like getting piped. No, absolutely not. And let's move on to the next fight. It is Armen Petrosyan going against Bruno Ferreira. We got Armen Petrosyan minus 135, Bruno Ferreira plus 115. Some money did come in on Bruno throughout the week. He was plus 145. He's now plus 115. Armen was as wide as like minus 165. So one of the closer line fights on the card. We'll start with you, Guru. What are you doing for this fight here?
With my own personal money, I played Bruno Ferreira money line at plus 132. Line you cannot get anymore. So I'm just going to go with his best win equity here, and I'm going to go with Bruno Ferreira KO round 1-2, which I suppose I should have pulled up, which I have not. So give me a moment. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, I love the way that he throws punches in combinations. He steps through his stances, and Petrosyan wants a clean fight, and Bruno's not going to give it to him. He's low output, and now at this point, low durability. He just got knocked out by a double spinning elbow, or spinning back fist. And look at that. Bruno Ferreira just won his last fight by what? Oh, spinning back fist. So, yeah, give me round 1, round 2 KO at, I should have had it up. It is, I'm so sorry, plus 320. Wow, that's a lot better than I thought. Plus 320.
Plus 320 for Ferreira KO 1-2, which is pretty much his money line. Couch Warrior, what are you doing for this fight here?
We're going to do another round 3 decision prop with Petrosyan. It's plus 175. I played this one for real. It was a play I made a couple days ago. For me, I don't really rate Bruno much at all. His cardio is clearly a problem. His offensive wrestling, in my opinion, is overrated. I don't think he's really using that judo all that much. I think Armen Petrosyan has really worked on that takedown defense. It's a lot better than it used to be. His get-ups are a lot better than they used to be. This guy's been training defensive grappling since pretty much the second he started his pro MMA debut career. And I just don't see Bruno having extended wrestling success. I could see him bonking him, maybe, sure. Petrosyan can be hurt. I get it. But I don't think he's a good striker, Bruno. I think that his output is garbage. I think that he's constantly just looking for the big shots. And I think at range, Petrosyan's going to be piecing him up. He's much, much cleaner. I think he's faster. I think his output is 100% significantly better. His cardio is 100% significantly better. And I just think that he either wins a decision or knocks him out in the third. So I like that prop.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of you guys will be right. Ferreira KO 1-2 plus 320, or Petrosyan round 3 decision plus 175. I kind of lean more towards Couch Warrior here, but Ferreira's scary, has scary power. But in terms of the striking and who's the better fighter, I think no doubt it's Armen Petrosyan by a mile. But hey, that doesn't always matter, right? So we'll see. Should be a really good fight though. I got Bruno KO first round. Yeah, I think that's his path. It's like plus 600. I don't think that's a bad look at all. Armen round 3 decision. Best of luck to you as well, Kyle. Petrosyan has short little arms. Can't trust it in a striker. Good luck to you as well, Magomed. We got Gamblestein in the building. What is up? The Hulk will KO him hard. I don't know. I like Petrosyan with the KO or decision. No way Bruno comes in there trying to KO Armen. That'd be silly. Maybe Bruno gets a sub. I mean, that's what he always tries to go out there and KO his opponents like a madman. This chat talking about piping and booking. What's booking? I've heard of piping. I haven't heard of booking.
I think he meant bonking.
Bonking. Okay. Yeah. Bonking. There we go. Yeah. Heck yeah. All right. Let's move on to the next fight, which is probably one of my favorite fights on the card. We got Joshua Van going against Ray Saruya. We got Joshua Van minus 160, Ray Saruya plus 140. Some monies came in on Saruya the last couple days. He was sitting around like the plus 165 range. Now he's plus 140. Joshua Van was around minus 200 for a while, and now he's minus 160. So late money coming in on the Saruya side. We'll start with Couch Warrior. What are you doing for this flyweight fight?
This fight's so good, man. I could really see either of them winning. So I do think the line's wrong, at least a little bit. But I'll go with Saruya sub. Go big or go home. It was plus 800 on DraftKings. I don't know if it still is. I can check. No, it's not. It's plus 650. I don't know if that's best available, but I would take it anyway. I just think that Van like after the Durden fight, I told myself, this dude is clearly not a liability, at least in the defensive grappling, like defensive wrestling. But it's also like at the same time, Durden's a very traditional wrestler, and Saruya is like a polar opposite of that. Nothing he does is normal. Nothing he does is traditional. The throws, the way he does the trips, it's all really, really funky stuff. And I can't really imagine that Van's getting the proper looks for that. His best training partner over at 4-Ounce Fight Club is probably Pineda. And that's not bad for a grappler, sure, but it's just he's very different from someone like Saruya. So I really don't know if Van's going to be able to stuff it. Maybe some of them, but I don't know if he's going to be able to stuff all of it. And then once it's on the ground, I'm like really concerned for him because I just don't know if Van could have caught up to this level. Like the stuff Saruya does down there, and he just doesn't stop, and he keeps transitioning. And I just think it's a very solid chance that he's going to catch Van at some point. And if he doesn't, Van might just start cooking him down the stretch. Van is an absolute monster, but I'm going to go with the sub for the show.
All right, sub plus 750, best price there on the Ray Saruya submission prop.
I'll take it.
Yeah, it's not a bad line at all. Guru, what are you doing for this fight?
Listen, if you like Van, which I certainly do to a certain extent, you have to wait till he loses round one and just bet him live because it's classic. I mean, he never wins round one. And honestly, I got in on Ray Saruya at plus 165. I just felt that, yeah, he did stuff some solid takedowns from Cody Durden, but like you said, Mike, they're kind of standard takedowns, and just the way that Ray Saruya chains takedowns together and continues to go for them, and his scrambling on top, like it's a problem. Like Carlos Hernandez is fucking huge, and I promise you, in a grappling match, Hernandez versus versus Van. Like I promise you, in a grappling match, Hernandez is winning. So it's I just think that there's value here on Saruya pre-fight. And I think that value is slowly getting sucked away because, again, like I said, Van's going to be plus money a few minutes into round one because he always loses round one.
So what was your plan?
All that to say I'm passing. I know, right?
Okay.
I was gonna. That was the joke. I was gonna pass this fight, but now I'm forced to. So I'm taking Ray Saruya money line. I can't get crazy with it.
What is the best price on the money
Please
line?
tell me. I will take whatever you can get me.
140?
At least. Come on. I see 142 up there, Brady.
142. I see it now. There you go. Ray Saruya money line 142. Yeah, I mean, I'm picking Van, but I think there's value on a couple spots. I think the Ray Saruya sub 1-2, like they're massive numbers, and then I also think Van KO 2-3 are also massive numbers. I think one of those potentially hit tonight at big plus money. So that's kind of how I would be attacking this one. But yeah, I mean, you can make cases for both sides here. I think Saruya is going to put Van into a ton of bad spots early. We'll see if he survives. Ray's cardio is cheeks, not the best, especially compared to Van. Is the Blades Gutierrez? Yeah, those fights are off. I agree. Positive EV on Saruya. Model has Saruya minus 124. Most people undefeated have lost lately. Who was the undefeated guy that won last week? Oh, Hyder Emil.
Hyder.
Shout
out
out
of all in this year, like I think it's so funny. We've had so many highly skilled guys lose their O's. Peyton Talbot, Umar, and then Hyder's out here just fighting like a lunatic, keeping his O against a good opponent too. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank goodness he won that fight because I talked a lot of crap about William Gomi last week. I talked a lot of crap about that guy. But to his credit, William Gomi like landed a ton. So that was probably William Gomi's most exciting face. Brady punched me in the face. I'm going to UFC Miami. If you want to head out to Miami, I could do it. Maybe $20 a punch. That sounds fair. $20.
Brady, you're going to Miami?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dude, those tickets were probably fucking nice.
Like expensive?
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't fun hitting the purchase button, but
that's why I didn't go. I went to MSG 3 years in a row, and I didn't go last year for Stipe and whatever. Because
that was just crazy, though. They were trying to charge us $700 to sit in the worst possible seats.
Exactly. I mean, I've paid $350 basically for all the UFC fights I go to. That's like a fair number. And I sit pretty well. Like at AC, I had floor seats, whatever. Like it was cool. But yeah, I mean, I can't do more than like 450.
Oh.
Like, I mean, come on. What kind of so Brady, like you were north of that, no? Must have been.
No, they weren't as bad as you'd think. Well,
really?
So the cheapest were like, 300 something. And then, of course, the stupid ass fees, man. That's where they get you. Those fees, like, I think it was like $144 a ticket extra with the fee.
Oh my God.
Like, the fee. Oh.
So you were like 400 a ticket then, Brady, right? Or more?
A little bit more than 400 a ticket.
Yeah, that's what I figured because it's Miami, but that's still not, I guess, bad as long as you.
It's a pretty sick card, so
the card's unbelievable.
I feel like that's a pretty good deal.
I feel like I only go to like really sick cards too. Like I went to UFC Tampa. I went to that UFC Austin card a couple of years back where every fight finished. I feel like I only go to the best cards, so this one should be good.
TB and I are trying to find a card we can travel to and go to.
Let's see. See you there, man. I love Miami. Miami is one of my favorite places to go ever. All right. So what we're gonna do now is these were the prelims. We're going to do a quick recap of these prelim bets for the guys. We'll start with Guru. You're taking the Jordan Santos inside the distance plus 145 to kick off the card. Taking Marin Santos by decision plus 130. Leal Morono fight goes to decision plus 150. Bruno Ferreira KO 1 or 2 plus 320. The Raceria money line plus 142. Guru, does that look correct?
It does.
Yeah, 44 in fees. Get some help. These tickets, people, they need to get some help. It's disgusting.
Get some help.
Disgusting. Couch Warrior, you're taking to Jordan Santos round 3 or decision plus 185. Francis Marshall plus 3.5 points spread minus 105. Carlos Leal round 3 or decision plus 100. Armin Petrosian round 3 or decision plus 175. And then Raceria by sub plus 750. Does all that look correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Sounds good. Let's move on now to the main card. And we're going to kick it off with Mauricio Hoofy going against King Green. We got Hoofy sitting around minus 500. We have King Green as plus 375. So the question I have is, have they arrested Kerry Hatley yet for what they did to Green against Jalen Turner? Have they arrested him yet and charged him for attempted murder?
I heard he's still free.
He's still free. Well, arrest Kerry Hatley. I'm saying it right now. I'm going to start a petition. I'm going to head out to Vegas and I'm going to get 1,000 signatures plus to arrest Kerry Hatley for what he did to poor King Green in that fight. I still can't get over it. So we have 862 of you guys watching. If you guys could do me a favor, pipe that like button, just like Bobby Green got piped up against Jalen Turner a couple fights back. So pipe it up. Let's get those likes up. And again, arrest Kerry Hatley. He should be charged with attempted murder. One of the worst stoppages I've ever seen. A worse stoppage than the Benoit Saint-Denis who he fought. Elijah Zaleski. Yeah. Worse stoppage than that, man. Worse stoppage than that. So yeah, arrest Kerry Hatley. But anyway, Guru, what are you doing for this fight?
The Hoofy fight. Yeah, so I have a really, really interesting thought on this one, and it's definitely contrarian. I kind of think that this fight's going to go the distance. And I know with the old gloves back that could be very dangerous, but I just feel like, Hoofy's kind of low output, and sure, he can land some sick shots, but Yontop just literally walked forward into him like a zombie. Bobby Green doesn't exactly do that. He's kind of difficult to hit. So if you're not willing to throw 200 strikes, like 150 strikes like Drew Dober, and get close to him, I think that they just style for 15 minutes and everybody gets really frustrated about their Hoofy KO bets. So I'm going fight goes the distance at plus 175.
Is Kerry Hatley roughing the fight then?
I hope it's Mark Smith because he'll let everything go.
or Herzog. Herzog,
yeah, exactly.
Loves the over. So you're taking the fight goes in the Hoofy fight.
Who would have thought that like Herb Dean and Keith Peterson would have been people's favorites now? Everybody's so mad. Jason Herzog used to be really good.
So yeah, Keith had like a little stretch where he was just awful, but yeah, Keith Peterson's been doing very good as of late. So I think he's finally gotten off the alcohol.
Yeah, dude, I ran into him on the streets of Prudential.
I know you told me that,
and he didn't smell like booze and alcohol. He's been good alcohol and cigarettes.
He told me that. That's very good insight because I would have smelled him too. I would've
Insider
smelled him too.
information.
Yeah, that's good to know that he's finally off the alcohol and cigarettes diet. So fight goes plus 175 or 70?
75.
75. Gotcha. All right. Couch Warrior, what are you doing for this main card opener?
I think I'm going to do Roofy round 2 knockout. I'm seeing plus 525 on Bet Rivers.
Jeez.
I'll take that. I feel like that's kind of nice. Yeah, I'm not sold on Roofy just yet. I think the line's pretty wide considering he's just a bad minute winner. Like that's always kind of been his thing. He's not a great minute winner on the Contender Series. He was losing that fight until he got the dub in the 3rd round, and I had him there, so I was very happy he pulled it off. But I just don't think he's a great minute winner, and Bobby Green is a good minute winner as long as the judges aren't robbing him that night. It's just a matter of it's like not just durability with Bobby. It's like Bobby's defense has always relied on his like reflexes, and with age, those are going to start to go, and he has taken a tremendous amount of damage. So I do think he's going to get put out. I think he's going to get put out a little bit later because, like I said, Roofy, a bit of a slow starter, not the best minute winner. I think it'll come a little bit later, but I think Roofy's going to catch him with something and put him away.
Yeah, I'm with you in terms of I'm not sold on Mauricio Hoofy, but in this matchup, I kind of am sold on him going out there and finishing Green. Like I said, unless Kerry Hatley's in there or Jason Herzog. But yeah, I think he does touch. If he doesn't touch the chin of Green, like this could be a close fight. Like this fight goes 15. This fight could be competitive, but just don't know if he has the durability anymore. Keith Peterson is on the Ozempic. Yeah, it looks Keith's looking good, man. No more cigs, no more alcohol. Taking his health seriously. You like to see it, and with that, he's having better results inside the cage. He's looking a lot better. He's not getting people killed in there. So I like to see it. We got Flo in the building. What is up with you? Current Green is not making it 15 against Hoofy. Yeah, we'll see. All right. And Gamble Stein saying Hoofy is low volume and tailor-made style for Bobby, but I don't think Bobby cares anymore. Also, everyone's shitting on Hoofy not being able to take out Yontop, but the guy was Peruvian with a rockhead. No, Yontop's very tough. I don't think he's that great, but he's very, very tough.
He has a fucking coconut. You see the size of that guy's head?
Oh, geez. Some of the
not
shots
knock
he
him
was
out.
eating. Yeah, some of the shots he was eating was insane. Like it looked like it hurt. It looked like it hurt very bad. You think Keith's on cocaine? I don't know about that. DFS canceled the Blade. Yep, we lost the Blades fight and the Sexy Mexi fight. All right, let's move on to the next fight. We have Yasmin Lucindo going against Amanda Lemos here. We got Lucindo minus 140. Amanda Lemos is plus 120. Let's start with you, Guru. What are you doing for this fight here?
What am I doing? Honestly, what if I told you guys that with fighters that have a 15-year age differential, the younger fighter wins blindly 69% of the time?
I'd believe it.
Right? So, and literally, Lucindo just beat Marion Rodriguez, who, guess what, was 15 years older than her. Amanda Lemos is, you guessed it, 15 years older than her. So, I think that she's got pretty slick striking. She's actually, if you look at the stats, she actually lands more at distance pace-wise than Lemos. And I think she's fairly tough to hit. So, and I actually like her takedowns. I mean, we talked about this a little bit pre-week there, Couch. I honestly think that body lock trip is going to be enough. So I'm going with, and this is fun. Ready? You have to have maybe DraftKings or a book that lets you do this. Lucindo money line and plus 6.5 minutes of fight time at plus 100. I'm getting real greasy because I'm pissed. I missed the plus money on Lucindo money line myself. I just didn't feel like, I don't know why. I didn't lay the money out, and I should have.
Well, Lucindo in the over 1.5 on Bet365 is plus 100.
I got 6.5 minutes on DK.
Okay.
So it's I shave a minute off that essentially.
I got you. Plus 6 minutes, and that's plus 100.
You got it.
All right. So Lucindo money line in plus 6.5 minutes. Yeah, that's not bad. Not bad. Couch Warrior, what are you doing for this fight?
Rocking with Lemos, I'll take the money line for the show. I think the sub prop's kind of nice too, but I already took a sub prop, and I want to try to win this season, so I'm gonna be a little smarter. We're gonna go with the Lemos money line. Look, I think Lucindo's crazy overrated. I stand by it. I don't think her ceiling is overrated. I think because she's young and she already has all these skills, I think she has a very high ceiling and could very well be something very special at the weight class. But I think she's not there yet. And I don't think she's even close to there yet, personally. And by making her a favorite here, like, are we really saying that she's top 5 in the division right now? Because Lemos is number 5. So are we really saying that Lucindo is a top 5 fighter in this weight class right now? And I don't believe it. I don't like her striking. I think she's very hittable. I like her pace. I like that she throws a good amount, and she'll probably throw a little bit more than Lemos, but I think Lemos is a much cleaner striker. I think she's going to be landing all day long. I think she hits way harder. I think she's more physical than Lucindo, and I don't think those body trips are going to work. They'll work once or twice maybe, but I think also people are just like assuming once Lemos is down, she's stuck and she's over. And that's kind of how I felt pre-tape, because I thought that's what happened in the Jandiroba fight. And then I watched it back. She scrambled very well in the Jandiroba fight. She did really well scrambling, getting back up onto her feet. Yeah, she had a hard time, but Jandiroba, in my opinion, is a much better grappler than Lucindo. And I don't even think it's close. And still, Lemos put on a pretty good fight. Like she did a pretty good job fighting it. And even with like Mackenzie Dern, we saw her scramble well. And what did Mackenzie Dern get her down with? A blast double. When is Lucindo shooting doubles? Never. And if she does, honestly, that might be nice because she never does them. So they're probably not going to be clean. And then maybe I'll hit that sub prop with a ghillie or a front choke. But yeah, I don't rate Lucindo too highly. Maybe obviously the age thing is a factor. Like, of course that's real, but I just don't know if it's going to be enough for her to get this win right now. I think eventually Lucindo will be very, very good. I don't see it yet.
All right, Couch Warrior taking the money line, best price plus 122. Guru taking the Lucindo money line in the over 6.5 minutes plus 100. I didn't touch this fight, but I think it's gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be a solid fight to sit back and watch. Evan saying best bet for this fight is that my pants will be off.
Jesus.
I mean, yeah, they're both two very handsome fellas. So I could dig it. Speaking of handsome, next week we have Priscilla Cachoeira going against Josie and Nunez. Like, how awesome is that fight? Like the matchmakers did a perfect job. And I taped that fight yesterday. I'm really looking forward to Priscilla Cachoeira versus Josie and Nunez. How about you guys?
Yeah, that fight kind of reminds me of Brundage versus Julian Marquez.
Yeah, it does.
It's that kind of vibe. So I'm down.
It's funny you say that because my read on it is I think they're going to go in there and I think they're going to swing dicks, and I think it's going to come down to who has the biggest dick, and I think that's without a question Josie and Nunez has the bigger dick in that matchup. Let's see. Let's see here. Lucindo by youth, yeah, she's a lot younger. Lemos is a beast, one of my favorites, but she loses this one. Y'all, we shall see. Lemos only has to evade the body lock, and even then, Lucindo can be locked down from top. You mentioned Mark Smith earlier. Anyone watch the Verse Us podcast where Nick Sick talked about Smith's reffing issues? I did not. Did you guys? I did not. Violence for that fight, for the Cachoeira fight, absolutely. Such a handsome fight for the next week. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one, man. I'm looking forward to that one. Josie Nunez has hands. Yeah, she certainly has hands. All right, let us move on to the next fight. It is going to be one of the best fights of the card. We got Ignacio Bahamondes going against Jalen Turner. We got Bahamondes minus 135, Jalen Turner plus 115. Yeah, it's a tough one to call. Curious to hear guys' thoughts on this one. We'll start with Couch Warrior. What are you doing for this fight?
I'm going to take Bahamondes and to win and over 1.5 plus 130 on DraftKings. I played Bahamondes earlier on when he was plus 100. I played the money line. I just think it's a really close fight. I think they're both really good. I think they're both really big guys for the division. I think they're both great strikers. I like Bahamondes' striking a little bit more. I think he's a little bit more varied with the attacks, has a little bit more to offer on the feet. Turner will hit harder, in my opinion, but overall, I like Bahamondes' striking better. I think Turner's more dangerous on the ground, but Bahamondes is also tricky on the ground, and I don't really rate Turner's wrestling. And even if it is looking great, the wrestling, like, does he have the gas tank to wrestle for 10, 15 minutes? I don't know about that. And then also like his fight IQ. I mean, we all saw what happened in the Moicano fight. Will he look for the door if things aren't going great? Another question with him. So I like Bahamondes here. I trust his durability a lot more. I trust his cardio a lot more. I like his striking more. And people talk about him being hittable, which is fair, but Turner's even more hittable in my opinion. So I'm not super concerned there. And yeah, I like Bahamondes to win, and we'll take that over 1.5 to get the price a little bit better.
What was the line on that? Plus 100, you said, or
plus 130 for
130.
Bahamondes to win and over 1.5.
Gotcha. Guru, what are you doing for this fight?
Oh God, I wish I could pass. I love this fight from an entertainment perspective. One of the most entertaining fights of the night that isn't for a title. But man, oh man, have I gone back and forth all week with this. I just kind of like Turner at this price, and I feel like he's really violent and has had a way tougher strength of schedule. I mean, I know he's lost 3 of his last 4, but I mean, does Gamrot, Hooker, and Moicano not literally kill Ignacio Bahamondes? I mean, let's just be honest. So it's really, really tough. I'm just going to go with Turner money line. I was going to go just with finished. I'll go money line. I think he actually does have the equity, the ability to win a decision, despite what people think. He goes to split, right, with Gamrot and Hooker, so theoretically it's possible. So give me Turner money line. Best you got.
Plus 122 for the Turner money line there. Yeah, I think it's one of the toughest fights on the card to call, but I also think it's one of the best fights on the card as well. So I'm really looking forward to this one. Turner does have a much tougher strength of schedule. Yeah, it's true. It's true. They're both punching bags. Bahamondes eats punches with his face, and quite frankly, so does Turner. I think Turner's striking defense is like 41%. So yeah, I think it should be a great fight. All right, let's move on to the co-main event. It is Rafael Fiziev going against Justin Gaethje. We got Fiziev is minus 155, Gaethje plus 135. We'll start with Guru. What are you doing for this co-main event? The lines kind of stayed the same throughout the week.
Yeah, I actually got a little early line movement. I got Rafael Fiziev money line at minus 130, so that was okay. But yeah, I like Rafael Fiziev here. The thing it is, and shout out to my co-host TB Scouting MMA, because in his own personal time he works as a trainer, right? So when Rafael Fiziev tears his ACL, right, and now takes a extended amount of time off, almost 2 years, the work you have to do to fix your knee. He's done so much work on his entire body in general, the physical shape that he's in. It's just because it's short notice doesn't mean he was laying on the couch. This guy has been itching for a fight, and I'm telling you, nobody's signing to fight him. Nobody. So, of course, Justin Gaethje signs to fight him because he needs a fight, and he'll fight anybody. So, and there's heat there. So I'll take Rafael Fiziev, and I got juicy with this one as well. Rafael Fiziev and over 4.5 minutes on DraftKings is plus 105.
Rafael Fiziev and over 4.5 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Is plus 105.
Yes, sir.
All right. Couch Warrior, what are you doing for this co-main event?
Gonna do fight goes at plus money. I think that this fight's really hard for me to pick a side. Like, I picked Fiziev the first time. I thought he won the first time. So I'm going to pick him again at a better line. But I just think there's red flags on both sides. Like I said, Fiziev been out for 1.5 years, had that injury. But that could also be like a good thing. Obviously, like, do we want him to rush back after the injury? No, we rather he sits out and heals. So that's a good thing. But I still worry about ring rust. I think that's a thing. And I do worry about his cardio also. I'm sure he's in shape, but he was in shape going into the first Gaethje fight and got tired. So I don't see a reason why he might not get tired here coming in on short notice. I do worry a little bit about the gas tank. And then with Gaethje, of course, there's the concern that he took 1 million shots from Holloway and then got knocked out. But honestly, I don't think that means he's chinny. Like, I know he gets knocked out. That happens. But he's a pretty durable guy for the most part, in my opinion. And I think a lot of that stuff with Max also is because Max broke his nose in the first round. He broke his nose with that spinning kick. And then after that, Gaethje can't breathe normally. He's taking 1 million shots. And I think that kind of was part of the reason he ended up getting cooked like that at the end. So, yeah, I just don't think his chin's that bad. I don't think Fiziev's going to knock him out at a high clip. It's possible. But I also feel like Fiziev's power is a little bit overrated. He's super nice with it, and he's super fast. but I don't know if the power is as crazy as sometimes it's made out to be. So that's why, yeah, I like fight to go, and I don't think Gaethje knocks Fiziev out either.
Yeah, fight goes to decision is plus 108. I'm kind of leaning that way as well, which is crazy because I think the fight doesn't go in their first fight. It was like minus 200, like minus 225, something like that. But yeah, I think it probably goes to decision as well. So it looks like they pushed back the event in a whole hour with the two cancellations. So the fights are now kicking off at 7:30 Eastern time rather than 6:30 Eastern time. So that's crazy. But yeah, down to 10 fights. Small bet on Gaethje here. Scared about the damage. He lost the fight, but he broke his nose early in that fight and definitely affected. Talk about the Holloway fight. KO Justin round 2. That'd be wild. Fight goes plus 117. That's a good line. All right. It is now time for the main event for UFC 313. It is Alex Pereira going against Magomed Ankalaev. We have Alex Pereira minus 115. Magomed Ankalaev is minus 105. And yeah, this the line's about to pick him now. Ankalaev actually opened up minus 200, was sitting at like plus money for a while, and now he's like minus 105. Pereira opened up plus 170, and he's currently minus 115. So yeah, pretty much a pick him here. What do you guys got for this one? We'll start with Guru. What are you liking here?
Man, this fight is going to be absolutely incredible. I'm really excited to watch it. I'm on the Poatan Alex Pereira side. I feel that at the end of the day, Magomed Ankalaev likes to kickbox a little bit too much, right? It's just where he's comfortable. It's where he's safe, or at least where he feels safe. I don't necessarily trust him to grapple enough. And if he decides to make grappling his end-all be-all here, I think he'd need to, cut through butter pretty quickly and get a finish because I don't trust his gas tank. So I like Alex Pereira, but I do think the fight takes a time. I think they both are going to respect each other. So I'm maybe getting a little crazy here. But again, I really think that they spend most of it kind of staring at each other and kicking, which, by the way, Magomed Ankalaev's calf kick defense is non-existent, which is a big problem versus Pereira. I'm going to go Pereira round 4-5 decision at plus 310. I really do think it takes some time.
We're a 4-5 decision at 310?
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do.
Okay. Couch Warrior, what are you doing for the main event?
What's Ankalaev 4-5 decision? I don't have that.
I got you. Ankalaev 4-5 decision is plus 200.
Yeah, I'm going to take that. I like Ankalaev here. And I feel relatively strongly about it. I have 5 units on him. I just feel like I don't understand how you can make it a close price. Alex Pereira is 38 years old. Alex Pereira I don't like his durability. I think that is a question. Whereas with Ankalaev, I'm not worried about his durability at all. He's the younger guy. I think that Alex Pereira has taken a lot more damage if you're also going to start counting his kickboxing career. Over all that time, he's definitely absorbed a lot more damage. I don't think he can take a shot as well. I think that Ankalaev's striking is being underrated for no reason, really. I think he's also a really good striker. And as someone with 5 units on him, do I want him to stand and strike with Pereira for 25? Absolutely not. But if that's what he's stuck doing, I'm not going to rip up my tickets. Like, I don't think he's done. With the leg kicks, yeah, sure, it's a concern. He eats a lot of them. But if you watch the Rakic fight, he started checking them for once, thank God. And I expect going into this fight, he's going to be checking them, at least trying, I hope. And with the wrestling, I think that's a really silly narrative, the whole thing of people saying, first of all, that he's a bad wrestler, and second of all, that he doesn't wrestle. He doesn't wrestle all the time, but he also doesn't need to all the time. If you look at a lot of those fights where he didn't go for takedowns, he knocked them out pretty early. Like, he's gotten a takedown in 7 out of 14 fights, 50%, but then 2 of those fights where he didn't were when he knocked out Kutelaba in the first round. Another one of those was Dalcha. Another one of those was Smith. And I heard some people saying, like, it's a problem he didn't get Smith down. Why the hell would he feel like he's got to take Smith down? What is Smith going to do to him on the feet that he has to go and go for takedowns? So I'm not surprised he didn't shoot there. And then if you look at it, in 14 fights, there's not a single time, not a single fight where if Ankalaev went for at least one takedown, he didn't get at least one. So I do think he's a good wrestler. I think he's going to go for it. I don't think Pereira's improved his takedown defense all that much. Don't think he's improved his ground game all that much. I think Ankalaev will be able to control him. I think the ground and pound will be there. And I just think that this price doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Can Pereira knock him out? Absolutely. He's a beast, but I don't know how you make Ankalaev the underdog when he's got the durability, he's got the youth, he's got the wrestling upside, and also has really good striking. Yeah, it's Ankalaev for me here.
All right, both guys taking the same route, just different guy. Pereira 4-5 decision for Guru, and Ankalaev 4-5 decision for Couch Warrior. And Couch Warrior, best of luck on your big bet. Hopefully he's able to go out there and get it done, man. That'd be a huge hit. What line did you get on Ankalaev there?
I'm gonna do the 4-5 decision one.
Oh, I meant for your 5-unit bet.
Oh, I had 3.3 on -110 and 2 on +100.
Bet. Well, best of luck. All right. So what we'll do now is we're going to do a recap of the main card, and then we're going to give our best bet for the entire card. If you hit the best bet, your profit's going to double. So say, for example, Guru's best bet is Bruno Pereira by knockout in the first or second round at +320. Instead of getting 3.2 units, he will get 6.4 units. So for the main card, Guru's taking the Hoofy fight goes the distance +175. He's taking Lucindo money line and over 6.5 minutes +100. The Jalen Turner money line +122. Rafael Fiziev and over 4.5 minutes +105. And then Alex Pereira 4-5 decision +310. As far as Couch Warrior, he is taking Hoofy KO2 to kick off the main card at +525. He's taking the Amanda Lemos money line +122. He's taking Ignacio Bahamondes in the over 1.5 +130. The Fiziev Gaethje fight goes the distance +108. And then Ankalaev 4-5 decision +200. We'll start with you, Guru. Is all that on the screen correct? And if so, what is your best bet for UFC 313?
Yeah, that is all correct. And for my best bet, I'm gonna go really boring. I think I'm just gonna do Lucindo.
All right,
very boring. I don't know why I chose that
to win 2 units. Nothing wrong with boring, man. I mean, if it hits, it hits, right? So nothing wrong with that. Couch Warrior, is everything look correct? And if so, what is your best bet for UFC 313?
It does look good, and I'm gonna copy my guy Tyler 138 MMA strategy. Go big or go home, and I'll go with Roofy KO2 as the best bet.
I thought you were gonna go with this sub for a second. So Hoofy KO2 +525 to win 10.5 units.
All right, fine. Give me Bruno Ferreira KO. Fuck it.
Okay. Bruno Ferreira KO to win 6.4 units for Guru. There we go. There we have it. Went through all 10 fights. Again, we lost the Blades Kuniev fight, which I kind of wanted to see that. I can get away with not watching Chris Gutierrez fight ever again, to be honest. So that's fine. But yeah, down to 10 fights on this card. And these are the 10 best bets from these guys. We'll start with Guru. Let the people know where they can find you.
Guys, seriously, thanks so much for having me on. Guys, after the fight tonight, I'm going live to just talk about the fights. We started a new show after the fights. It's called Guru's Gut Reaction. Go over to the Chronic Combat Conversations YouTube channel, subscribe, going live. TB, my co-host, is also doing a new show on Tuesdays, TB's Tale of the Tape. So just getting some more content out for you guys. You can follow me, Guru Scouting MMA, over on Twitter, Verdict, Picket, Instagram, Tapology, and Bet MMA. So seriously, thanks so much for having me.
Yep. Thank you, Guru, for coming on. Couch Warrior, let the people know where they can find you.
Yeah, Couch Warrior Pod on Twitter, Couch Warrior Podcast on YouTube. You can get all my breakdowns there. For some reason, you want to hear me break down these same fights again. I also have shorts. If you like short form content, I do 1 minute or short for every single fight on the card, and those are up already on my channel as well. You can check them out. You can get all my bets, my breakdowns, my notes, and talk fights with me and a bunch of other guys in my Discord. That's free. Links are all over my socials and all my YouTube videos, or you can DM me and I'll give it to you. It's free. You can hop in. And yeah, thanks to Brady for having me on. Thanks to Guru for breaking down the fights with me, and looking forward to these fights.
Okay, best of luck to you both tonight. Thank you for coming on, and best of luck to the chat. Enjoy the fights. Hopefully you guys win a lot of money tonight. I think it's going to be a fun card regardless of how many fights are on it. So you guys could do me a big favor, like on your way out, subscribe. Me and Uncle Weasel will be back tomorrow night for Stat Diggers, breaking down what could be one of the worst cards in UFC history in UFC Vegas 104. But it should be fun. It should be kind of a dumpster dive type show. We're gonna be kicking that off at like 10:15 Eastern time. We've been doing the later start time thing, and it's been working out. So yeah, guys, see you guys then, and enjoy the fights, and best of luck for UFC 313. See you guys later.